How's it going, guys? Copy here. Today I wanted to go over some of the new questions that I get from newer players pretty frequently, and that's mainly in regards to what to do with their Jagged Primocyst. And the basic thing that I recommend doing with them is to actually get boons. What are boons? Boons are the things that you get here with your Pact spirits here. So if you hit the, mine it's a O key. But otherwise, if you go into this corner here and you go to your Pact spirits here, you will see that you have various boons that you can basically equip. These are basically Pact spirits that are going to increase your either damage or defenses or experience, or they're going to increase the amount of loot that you get from specific league mechanics, things like that. And typically what you want to be doing is pretty much, for the most part, anyone who is playing a league, they will be using whatever Jagged Primocyst they get to go towards a seasonal pet during that season. Up until now, you could never actually get these anymore, I guess, once they already left for that season. So prior to maybe a week ago, when they released these new banners and basically brought back these league banners, if you didn't play Nightmare League, then you couldn't get Shephard, which of course is not good for a new player. So what they've decided to do is they've ended up adding these back to the game, and which is a really, really good thing. So as a new player, when you go into this boon window here, as a new player, you will see a few new banners. There's going to be one that says like you get a guaranteed legendary after 30 pulls. That is one that I'm going to recommend new players basically always end up pushing first until they get that free one at 30, just because that guarantees you're going to get it at lower than like the rate of pitying. If you get a pity, it takes 50 pulls, I think, in order to pity before that bonus rate goes up. But after you basically hit that pity, then you're basically within like 10 or 20 pulls, you're guaranteed to hit that banner. Or hit that legendary or whatever that you're looking for. Depending on what content you are trying to do for the game, though, you're going to have a limited amount of Jagged Primocyst. You'll be getting a lot as a new player just because there's a ton in your merits and achievements here. So as a new player, obviously none of these achievements will have been filled out, right? So you're going to be getting a ton of these just from every single thing. Like as soon as you get a Pact Spirit, you're going to get more Jagged Primocyst. Or as soon as you do certain gameplay for the first time, you're going to get a lot of Jagged Primocyst. So a lot of these you will basically be able to collect, and you'll get a ton just to start off with. But because of the fact that my account has already done all of this stuff on everything other than Rayhan at this point. I guess there's a lot of things I haven't hit 100 on, or 90 on even. But you can see that as a new player, there's going to be a lot of these you're going to be able to get. Like, right, I finished a lot of these. Well, apparently I finished a lot of these before the game started, but... Yeah, but to get back to the point, between Path of Progression, between like various sources, there's a lot of Jagged Primocyst you can get. So you are going to be able to get more than what you need just for that first 30 pulls. At that point, my recommendation is to choose one of these, whether it's Dream Herder or whether it's the Monument of Lost Home, and basically just focus all of your things into this, depending on what you want. This one, it does take, you may have to pity up to 4 times in order to get it, but when you do get one of him, you're guaranteed to get 2. So this one's a little different. The one for Shephard, you're only guaranteed to get 1, but every time you pity basically twice, or every other legendary you get in this pack will be guaranteed to be Dream Herder. So they kind of make it to where you don't have to pull as often or pull as much in order to get him, which is really nice. Yeah. So there's kind of this, I guess middle ground, depending on what you want to do. So I'll kind of show new players the content, I guess, based on what each one is, so players can decide what they want to do with it. So the pet here, the one that comes from the Monument, is this guy here, Monument Knight, and this is specifically for gameplay for City of Eterna. City of Eterna basically is its own little thing. In order to get in there, you have to have these candles here. These little Eterna reverberations here. This is the level 83 version. There's a level 85 version as well. And when you go in here, you have this Eterna map that you basically unlock. And once you complete enough floors of this Eterna map, you get to go into the Eterna city. And then, you'll get basically loot rewards based off of what tiles you unlocked. What the pet itself does is when you look in the corner, we'll go ahead and we'll reset the city of Eterna here. And when we go to run this, make sure this is working here. We'll pull this off and re-equip him here. Oh, make sure I equip this last little point here. So when we go into the city of Eterna here, what you're going to see is in the corner, there's a little chest icon here. You can see this little 0 chest icon. This tells us how many extra chests we've managed to unlock already from the Monument Night, basically. So as we go through and we do these cities, or these ruins rather, to unlock the city, we're going to see more and more of these chests end up popping up. Again, you're not typically going to get too many, but I mean, with him, you may get, 4 or 5, something like that. Even if you don't end up getting the legendary pet, just getting the blue and like the magic and epic versions of them, you're still getting like a nice little bonus out of them. They're not quite as big. Right, so like the ones for Shocket here and Lettuce, this is a 4% chance that rewards will be doubled. This one's a 4% chance that rewards will be doubled. And then with Monument Night, again, you're getting that 16% chance to increase the total rewards period up to a max of 15. They combine together very well, of course, but like if you can only end up getting some of the other ones, they're still going to be better to run specifically for that league content than something else. So it doesn't look like we ended up getting an extra one on that run, on that specific ruin, but we'll continue to the next. Again, with it being at 16%, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. It really depends, how many tiles you're hitting, but I think on average I'm getting somewhere between like 1 and 5 every single time, maybe 2 to 5 on most runs. But with the way that I run my city here, it has a little bit less rooms than other people. I know a lot of people will run this on the full 9 rooms and they're like really pushing to maximize the loot they're getting out of here. Like if you push the depth that you can have in city, it will go up by quite a lot. But the city gameplay is definitely, again, it's a different change of pace over the maps. So it's not necessarily for everyone. The main way that you're making your money out of city is you are getting these candles that are very, very specific to the City of Eterna gameplay. And with these candles here, let's see if I have one laying around. These candles here that you have equipped, you will get these with mods. The mods will be at most tier 1, and then you will use things in order to basically combine these candles together using the NPC. And then from there, that's when you'll actually start getting candles that people will want to buy. Oh, so we see we got a bonus chest out of this. So we got a bonus chest for Monument Night. So when we actually finish the Eterna map entirely, then what you'll end up seeing happening is at the very end of it, an extra basically reward will randomly drop itself on the map in somewhere that we have unlocked. So that is what he is doing in order to get you a little bit of extra loot. Again, it's not required to do this content, but of course you're going to be getting a little bit more than if you were to be doing the content without it. Same goes for if we are going to end up basically doing nightmare content, which nightmare content right now, I would say if you're someone who wants to do the Netherrealm, you're going to be getting a lot of your value and a lot of your money is going to end up coming from nightmare. So getting these extra chances at getting additional baubles between Shephard, Lettice here, and through Shocket, you get up to, I want to say it's 15% chance that each one of your baubles is doubled. So this one here, like again, the 10% chance that all your dream bubbles will drop an additional time. That's the same thing goes for this one here. 3% here. When they say that all, they mean that each one rolls individually. So typically if you have like 10, it's going to roll. And again, because it's 15% chance, you're going to get like 1 to 2 of them from every single time are going to basically roll again. And you're going to get a little bit extra loot out of that. I would say that the caveat with these pets is like when you're in your maps, you're still going to want to just run your normal pets. But when you actually get yourself into the nightmare content, which, procs separately, like whenever you go, because in the maps, you're getting sweet dreams. And then once you're getting through your sweet dreams, you will get into nightmare. And when you're in nightmare, before you're clicking those routes, that's the point at which you want to swap to those pets. But overall, I would say out of the two, I think you're going to get better value. If you're someone who maps, which most people do, like City of Eterna is not for everyone. Dream Herder is typically going to give people better value at this point based off of the value that you're getting out of each one at right now. Like I went the entire league in City of Eterna without this pet, just because I didn't draw him until like the very, very, very end of the league. And it was fine, it was completely fine. I would still made plenty of money in City of Eterna. I had plenty of fun with it. It wasn't required. It was fine. Getting him again is a little bit extra, but the amount of extra value that you get out of Dream Herder is definitely more consistent. Just because you're consistently getting, a few extra baubles every single time you do a nightmare. And right now the value that you're getting out of nightmare is proportionate to the difficulty of the maps you're doing. So when you're doing 8-4 Deep Space, you're getting a lot more loot in your nightmares as well, versus what you're getting in just nightmare in near space. So because of that, I feel like Shephard is, I would probably recommend for newer players over Monument Knight. It is a little bit easier to hit as well. This one, the fact that it requires 4 pities, that can take a lot. And the fact that you have to complete the banners before the season ends does make things a bit harder. I do know they mentioned that they are going to go to this past memories one over here. They're going to go back to this Pact Spirit Boon, or they're going to go to the past memories rather, to where you'll be able to roll these still. Or they might get rolled into this base Pact Spirit Boon one here. So you don't have to worry about them disappearing too much, but it might take you a bit longer to get this one because it requires pitying 4 times rather than Dream Herder only requires pitying twice. I was pretty consistently getting like the ability to pity twice just off of the Jagged Primo I was getting every season just by playing the league pretty much the whole season, like as a free-to-play player. So I'd recommend kind of going for ones like this that have like a max 2 pity. Helps if you are free to play and you want to ensure that you're going to be able to like get your legendary before the league ends and not have the banner disappear on you without you having got the without you getting the legendary from it. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And other than that, see you in the next one.